I'm about to make a mess. Too much stuff. Okay. How's it going, everybody? So, sorry for the for not giving you a heads up or anything, but I don't think it really matters anyway. People just come on here whenever they want, so surprise. So tonight we're going to be talking about what's going on in the world. Tell you what, we'll do like what's going to be happening. Excuse me. Also, I'm talking about what has happened in history today. So I'll do the work for you instead of you looking at whatever. I'm not going to tell you every freaking thing that's happened in history, but got some good highlights and stuff like that. We'll start off with a bang, no pun intended. Today marks the anniversary of the Las Vegas shooting in 2017 that Stephen Paddock did. Killed 58 people. He was the one that got up in the casino apparently and started shooting everybody during the Jason Aldean concert. And I like Jason Aldean, man. I like his music. And when I heard it happened, I mean, I was like, holy crap, dude. Like, what the hell? I also heard there was like some cover ups and conspiracies and, all kinds of weird stuff, let me know if you heard anything. But yeah, very, very tragic. I don't know if the guy ended up killed himself. But he I remember seeing the video of him going to his room and he he had these duffel bags or whatever, supposedly full of guns, I guess, or whatever. And somehow he just, I don't know if he shot the window out or if he just pushed it out. I don't know what he did, but anyway, he had lots of ammunition, lots of guns. And he was just having a bad day. It's like, if you're having a bad day, don't take it out on people like that. Like, come on, man, what's wrong with you? I don't know anything about the guy. I probably need to go look that up. He probably, if all we know, he was probably dying of cancer or something. Who knows? I mean, I don't know. But once again, hey, what's up, Jimmy? If you know anything about Stephen Paddock, talking about the Vegas shooting, today's the anniversary of the day the shooting in Vegas. It happened in 2017. And it was during the Jason Aldean concert. And Stephen Paddock killed 58 people. Very, very crazy. Just what world we live in, man. It's a good thing I wasn't at that concert because, dude, I like going to Vegas, and I've seen Jason Aldean before, and I like his music. So yeah, I could have been like, hey, I'm gonna go to Vegas and watch him. Yeah, it was freaky though. I do remember something about there was a helicopter flying around or something like that, and they think it was from that or something. I don't know. But there's all kinds of stories about it, and they're just like, dude, there ain't no way this guy did this. Anyway. Hey Tammy, how are you? thanks for y'all for coming in. I'm just, chit chatting about what happened today in history. Not everything. I'm just, just pointing out, some cool things. So look them up so you don't have to, Right. So, let's see. If you're into boxing and stuff like that, Muhammad Ali went up against Joe Frazier and he won 14 rounds. Whew. Dude, that's some fighting right there, man. That is some. Whew. I'd love to go back in time. I would definitely put my money on Muhammad Ali, no matter what. Definitely do that. I tell you what. I don't know how many of y'all watched the. You know what I'm going to say. the Mike Tyson fight with Jake Paul. I almost bet on that. I almost did, and I was like, something seems fishy about that. And I'm talking to my buddies and everything. I think one of my buddies, he lost $1,000 on it. Yeah, he bet on Mike, and then like all these conspiracies are like, oh, yeah, there was that one move, like his signature move, Mike Tyson's, it's where he goes like this, and then he's supposed to come up and bam, like that, and everybody saw it, and he like stopped. It was like he was like, nah, I'm gonna back off, So that was rigged. Yeah. I heard Jake Paul is still wanting to fight, or he's got a fight coming up or something. I don't know. I tell you what, keep your money in your pocket because you're going to lose it. So let's say, it could either go, 3 ways. This guy could win, or it could just be like a draw or some crap happen, yeah. But yeah, everything's rigged, man. Everything is rigged. I wonder how many boxing matches have been rigged since I've been born. Like, it's like, come on, man. Like, I know I'd put money on trying to guess how many were rigged, and all that. I don't know if y'all saw the funny video. It was funny to me, but it wasn't funny to the guy. But the one guy gets up and destroys his TV because he bet on that Mike Tyson fight. He bet like, don't quote me on this, but I know it was like tens of thousands of dollars, if not $100,000 or somewhere right in there. That dude, man, he lost a lot. He was so pissed. Oh my God. I couldn't imagine, betting 10,000, 20,000 on a fight. Mm-mm. But he bet. Somebody said, this is what I heard. They put a hit on Mike's head. I seen that on YouTube where somebody did that, and they were offering it. It was like some Arabic dude or something over, in the Middle East or whatever, or Egyptian guy. Anyway, it was over there, and he said that he put a hit of like $200 million. And I was like, I don't know what the truth in it was or anything. But I seen that pop up on YouTube, and I was like, ooh, that's pretty serious right there, man. Like, but you don't know what to believe anymore, man. I mean, there's so much junk on the internet, and people are just, with AI and all that, people are just talking so much. It's probably none of it's real. I mean, yeah, it's not real until you see something and it's like, okay, it's like aliens. Aliens aren't real. Not until I see one. Knock on wood. I don't want to see one. I don't want to see it. Yeah, but hopefully Mike Tyson, I think that what it was is he got paid. He got his last check for life, and then that's it. He's done. He's out. You know, he probably made like what $20 million off of that or something. Yeah, he getting old, man. But I remember back in his days, man, when he was good. But anyway, moving on. Today in history, in 1971, Walt Disney Resort in Florida opened. Now, I've been there. I've been the one in California. Didn't like them. The one in Florida, Disney World, I went to when I was 12. And tell you how long ago that was. I'm 47 now, so. And I mean, it was okay. I was 12 years old. Yeah. And I always tell people, if you're going to go down there to Disney World or whatever, go to Universal Studios. Because back in the day, Universal Studios was awesome. I can't imagine what it'd be like today. Yeah. Now there's a lot of people that are against Walt Disney World for several reasons. Hey, what up, Jay? Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party, pal. Talking about today's, what happened today in history. Not everything, but I'm just trying to, touch on certain, fun things to learn. Talking about how Walt Disney in Florida opened today, 1971. Yeah. I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm here. I'm just bored. Can't you tell? I thought I'd come on here and be like, yeah. Usually I give a heads up, be like, hey, y'all, I'm gonna do this show, whatever. And I was just like, screw it. I'm just gonna go on there, and people come on after it posts. Less than 100 people. That's okay. Whatever. But yeah, Walt Disney World. Yeah. I've only been to one. I've been to each of them once. Disney World in Florida once, Disneyland once, Universal Studios once. Now, when I went to Disneyland in California, I also went to the California theme park. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I was too old to go. I mean, it was like 20 some years ago when I went, but it was just kind of, I think I've been to Carowinds. I don't know how many times. That's our thing here. Carowinds. Yeah. It's like right on the border of South Carolina, Anyway, let's see. 1962, Johnny Carson show began. Johnny Carson, he's like the godfather of talk shows and everything. I have never seen one episode of Johnny Carson show. I know that Jim Carrey was on there when he was really young. He first came out, Yeah. Oh yeah, okay. Jay, you live in Florida, eh? That's cool. Yeah. How many times have you been to Disney World? I gotta know. Right, too many times, huh? Actually, I know people who live there and they've never been. Yeah. Twice. Okay. All right. 2 is probably enough. It's kind of like, Although, like I said, I'm 47 now. I went when I was 12. So I just wonder how much has changed with our technology and everything. It's probably pretty crazy now. I wouldn't mind going to Universal Studios maybe, but man, it's so expensive. Whew. These families, man, they spend like thousands of dollars. It's almost like it's $1,000 a person. like, mom, dad, 2 kids, whatever. It's like, it's ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah, I can, no. It's for rich people. Let's just go ahead and say it. It's for people who got money to just throw away. Anyway, let's see. This day in history, 1932, Babe Ruth hit his famous home run, Yankees versus Chicago Cubs. And it was the famous one where he like pointed. He's like, it's going there, man. He was like, yeah. By the way, there's a really good movie about Babe Ruth. It stars John Goodman. Look it up. Look up John Goodman. He plays Babe Ruth, and it's like what he was really like. So, yeah, dude. He was a strung out dude, man. From what I remember, he was, a womanizer. He drank, overweight, everything. I mean, it was just, yeah. But John Goodman did a very excellent job playing Babe Ruth, I think. I need to go back and watch that because I saw it when it first came out. Let me see when it first came out. Let's see here. Oops. Bear with me 1 second. Let's see. John Goodman. I know, man, he's like lost a ton of weight. Let's see. Where's his filmography? I can't find this. What the heck, man? Sorry, bear with me. Filmography. Okay, here we go. It was called The Babe, 1992. The Babe. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna download that and watch that, dude. Yeah, I remember it being a good movie. It's a lot of things about movies back in the day when I used to watch them in the 80s, 90s, and all that. And even though I couldn't remember the full movie or anything, I could always tell you if it, like, I remember it being good or I remember it being really bad. So, I need to do like a top 10 list of worst movies that I've seen of all time. Yeah. God, there's a lot. I even have a number one. Number one, here you go. You ready? The worst movie ever freaking made, in my opinion. Okay, I know there's more out there. Was Nicolas Cage's movie. He does make some terrible movies, and I'll get to that in a second. But he made this terrible movie. It was called Wicker Man. It was so freaking bad, and I think it was a remake. When you watch the trailer looks really good. It's like one of those. But when you watch the movie, what a freaking letdown. I think I almost walked out of that movie. I almost did. It was so bad. Spoiler alert, I'll give you a second. Okay. When he dies, I was like, yeah, he's dead. I ain't never done that before. Dog Man. I've heard of Dog Boy on Liquid Television. Dog Man. Is that a movie or a TV show? What is that? Somebody's asking me if I read Dog Man or Dog Man. Dog Man. Dog Man. So it's a movie. It's a cartoon. Well, it probably was it's a book, but it looks like they made it into a movie. this year. Action / comedy. Yeah. Pete Davidson plays Petey. Oh, cool. Ricky Jarvis plays Flippy the Flash, or Flippy the Fish. Yeah. Dude, anything with Ricky Jarvis is great. Yeah. Well, most movies start out as books, then they go to movies. So, yeah. Did you know that there's a rule of thumb, speaking of which, between a movie and a video game? A lot of people don't know this. So there's a rule. If the video game comes out after the movie, it's usually really, really bad. But if the video game comes out first, it's usually really good. So yeah, a friend of mine taught me that. And I totally agree with him. You might disagree, but yeah. Yeah, really bad. Star Wars, yeah. Well, Star Wars games, they've been out for a long time. Star Wars. So the newer movies aren't that great. It's all about the old classic ones. Part 3, 4. Right, wait a minute. Part 4, 5, and 6. Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. Yeah, they should have just left it like that. I mean, there are some good parts. Jar Jar Binks ruined it all for everybody. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Jar Jar. Man, when Family Guy started making fun of that, oh my gosh. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. What I was gonna say, man. By the way, so a lot of people, they say that Empire Strikes Back is the best one. They took a poll and everybody's like, dude, that's the best one. And I'm like, how's it the best one? I don't agree with it. But they're like, it's the best one. I'm like, why? Because the bad guy wins. And it's like, yeah, that's why it's the greatest. That's the best. I'm like, I like Return of the Jedi. I like the speeder bikes and the walkers and the Ewoks. And but a lot of people hate the Ewoks. They're like, man, that's stupid. I like it. I think it's funny, man. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So this day in time, or this day in history, let's move on. Let's see. All right, we'll switch it up. In 1908, the first Model T was made by Henry Ford in Detroit, and it was $825. Yep. Let's see. I wonder what that'd be like today. It'd probably be like $18,000 today, maybe. I'm just going to throw that out there. Yeah. I've actually seen a Model T in real life once. And to this day, I cannot tell you how to drive that thing. It's got so many levers in it and everything. It's impossible. It's like, I watched somebody drive and I was like, how did you do that? If you think a stick shift is bad, dude. But yeah, I tell you what's cool. Watch a Model T be made. Like the original videos they used to take in the factories and they put them together and everything. It's very fascinating to watch that and how fast they do it. Even back in them days, how fast they used to build it. Dude, Detroit is all over it. When it comes to Detroit muscle and all that, yeah, they kick butt on that. Yeah. Anyway, all right. So moving on. In 1920. Okay, so this is good since it's kind of ironic. The radio will soon be used to broadcast music. So, look how far we've come, and everything. Oh, you at college? Jay says he's at college. College, man, college. I can't believe people still go to college. No offense. Do what you got to do. I'm, balls to the wall. But I can't. I don't understand why people still go to college. Um, I'll back it up. Okay. So back in the day, it was you were lucky if you got to go to a 4-year college, right? You were real lucky. One thing, we had to do something which was stupid. You had to pass a Latin class. And Latin's a dead language. I don't even know why they even teach it. But yeah, it was mandatory. You had to do that. And then you got all these people that were, going to college for, well, not just 4 years. They were going for like 7, 8, 12 years, to be a doctor, a lawyer, or something like that, whatever. And when they got out, nobody was hiring them. There's a lot of cheating going on. And the cheating is even easier now because of AI. But I tell you one thing about cheating, okay? A lot of people don't realize this, but when you cheat on a test or whatever, you are only hurting yourself. Because if you have to use that information in the future or whatever, and you don't know it, you get hired by somebody and they're like, dude, you got this little piece of paper saying that you went to college, and everything. What the heck? Next thing you know, you're fired. So, what if you was, studying to be a doctor or whatever? What are you going to college for, Jay? I got to know. What are you going to college for? Tell me. And I'll tell you if you're wasting your time or not. Well, you're not 100% wasting your time. I'll tell you that, because knowledge is key. I don't care what it is. I can tell you, we used to get whooped with a CD cord. Wow, that was left field. Jay says back in the day, we used to get whooped with a CD cord. Okay. So what are you going to college for, Jay? I gotta know. Let me know that. I went to college. I went for commercial arts, study of different forms of art, drawing, sculpting, figure drawing and computer graphics and all kinds of other stuff that followed. I failed everything. I was too busy checking out the ladies. Yeah. That was in my younger years. Yeah. No, but seriously though, I mean the classes that I took, art appreciation, that was another thing. And I'm sitting there going, and everything was mandatory. You had to take it all. It didn't matter what it was. They even threw in math and English classes in there and stuff like that to fill in the holes or whatever. But I'm sitting there in art appreciation. So art appreciation is basically they're showing the history of art, like sculptors and paintings and all that. And you got to memorize all this stuff and everything. And I'm sitting there going, the only time that I've ever seen anybody use any of that was probably like on a 007 movie. I mean, it's like, or what's the awesome Nicolas Cage's movies where he steals the Declaration of Independence and all that. God, I can't even think. What's wrong with me? Hang on a second. National Treasure. Was that what it was? I believe it's right. Yeah, National Treasure. All those movies are great, by the way. So I was going to talk a little bit about Nicolas Cage, why he makes crappy movies. Sorry, bear with me. What is going on with my computer? Sorry, bear with me 1 second, y'all. Whoops. What happened? That was weird. I just lost everything. Moving on. Anyway, that was weird. Sorry. Hope I didn't lose everybody else. But yeah, so a lot of people are like, man, why is Nicolas Cage making crappy movies? I'll tell you why. This is why. Because he and his wife were going through a divorce, and she was like taking everything. Right? This is how I interpreted everything. She was taking everything. So he's like, man, I got to make some money because she's taking everything. I'm like, so next thing you know, they're like, hey, we want you to make this movie, this movie, this movie. And he was just like, yes, yes, I don't care what it is. I'm going to make this movie. Yes, 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 yes. I saw where he bought a skull of a T-Rex, Tyrannosaurus Rex, a real Tyrannosaurus Rex skull for $275,000, and come to find out it was stolen, so he had to give it back. And I'm pretty sure he didn't get his money back either. He is like the luckiest, most unlucky guy I've ever known. He'll go out and buy castles and just anything, art and cars and just whatever. Just imagine how much money he's made. Yeah. But that's why a lot of people don't know that. But yeah. So he's got a lot of his newer movies are terrible. In fact, I can't even remember the last time I watched a really good movie of his. I can name really good movies of his that you should watch. But there's some bad ones, man. I'll put it like this. If you see them on if you see them pop up on Netflix or something, don't watch it. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Let's see. Oh, in 1958, the American Express launched. The American Express card, yeah. You know, I've never had a credit card in my entire life. Never had to use a credit card. I know there's some people out there, man, they're like in the hole and they're just like, dude, I got to do something. There was a preacher, a lot of people don't know this. There was a preacher who is probably burning in hell right now. When his wife died, she found a shoebox, a literal shoebox full of credit cards. And what he was doing, he was getting one, using it, paying it off, get another one, paying that off and that one off, and da. Dude, it showed. I remember seeing that shoebox, and it was full to the brim. Insane. And she got left with all that debt and everything. What an evil person, man. Can you imagine? I hope I never have to have a credit card. Jay, I know you probably using one in college. Yeah. I don't know, man. I hope you don't. But let me ask you this. Are you going for a 4-year or more to college? Answer that for me. If you don't want to answer, whatever. That's fine. Anyway, Yeah. I mean, you'd be surprised. I mean, how many people use, I would say probably 90% of people use a credit card in college to pay for everything. Yeah. Whether it's their parents, whatever. I mean, the old traditional way, here's a credit card, only use it for emergencies or whatever, which kind of reminds me of the old movie. What was that movie? Road Trip. This is National Lampoons. Anyway, it's Road Trip. Yeah. If you want to see a good raunchy, funny movie, watch that. Let's see. Moving on. So in 1987, a big, huge earthquake hit California, and it killed 6 people, injured over 100, and all that. It was a 6.1 magnitude. Yeah. Dude, aren't they always like having earthquakes in California? It's like they get like once a week or something. It seems like that place is going. I've always said, even since I was a kid, I was like, man, that place is going to fall off in the ocean. They made it happen in what was that movie? 2012. The movie 2012 with John Cusack. Great movie. John Cusack makes some really good movies. He does. He has made some bad ones, but most of all, he makes good ones. 1408, Better Off Dead. What was that one where he's in a record store? High Fidelity. I could probably name a ton more, but my brain's not working right now. Anyway, speaking of movies, 1968, today, the Night of the Living Dead premiered in Pennsylvania. Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, Jay says it's a earthquake on October 4th. I'm taking you're speaking for the future. So technically, I have heard. Yes, I see those future predictions of the earthquake that's supposed to take out California. Yeah. Yep, we'll see in 3 days. But yeah, Night of the Living Dead came out in 1968 in Pennsylvania. First premiered. I actually still have. I got a DVD of Night of the Living Dead, black and white. Well, duh, it was in black and white. Of course, it was. Anyway, yeah, it's still closed and everything. I never watched it. I've seen the movie though. I've seen the remake too. The remake's better because they make it at the end or something, whereas the original one they don't or something like that. Yeah. Birthdays today. Brie Larson is 36. Hey man, make me some tacos. Actually, I don't like hard shell tacos. I like burritos. Sorry, Jay's cooking tacos, y'all. If you want to go see him. I can make some good tacos, man. You gotta get your little pack of taco seasoning. That's what does it right there. You grind your beef, throw that in there, man. Boom, done. Add some cheese, done. Man, now I want some freaking burritos, man. You know one place I don't eat at now? Taco Bell. They suck. Ours down here, man, there's something wrong with that food. They've changed something, and it makes me sick. Probably dog food. A lot of people were saying at one time it was horse meat. It's probably human meat. Anyway, so happy birthday to Brie Larson. For those who don't know who Brie Larson is, she's Captain Planet. Captain Marvel. I'm just kidding. I know who she is. Captain Marvel. Which, by the way, my mom, who's old, she says that Captain Marvel was a dude. It's because Mom used to have comic books back in the day. And she's like, Captain Marvel's a dude. What's up with that? So, yeah. But yeah, she's 36 today. Brie Larson is, not my mom. My mom's 90. But Brie Larson, 36. Oh, it's funny. I thought she was older than me. I don't know why I was thinking that. Anyway, beautiful girl. Don't know what her deal is. Yeah. But yeah, pretty girl, pretty woman. She's a woman. Yeah. Julie Andrews is 90. For those who don't know who Julie Andrews is, I'll give you a hint. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, 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 supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I'm sorry, I've had way too much sugar. Yeah, she's Mary Poppins. Yeah. Dude, I had the hots for her back in the day. Even when I was a kid. That's weird, right? But yeah, she was very beautiful. Yep. Let's see. Mark McGuire. Mark McGuire, man. Yeah. Baseball. Yeah, Mark McGuire, dude. That dude. I've got his rookie card from when he played with the A's. He looked super young, man. That card is mint condition. Let's see. I'm curious on how many home runs he had. I know it was a lot because he and Jose Canseco were like head and head or something like that. They were competing against each other to see who could hit the most home runs. And 583 home runs. Yeah, that's what Mark had. Yeah. Anyway, happy birthday to Mark. He is 62. God, I thought he was like my age. That's crazy. Yeah. That is nuts, man. Let's see here. So I'm going to tell you what movies not to watch because they're so terrible. Now, this is just my opinion, obviously, but I watch all kinds of different movies. Comedy, horror, drama, action, adventure, whatever. And there's a lot of movies that I haven't watched. There's a lot of movies that I won't watch. Okay. But like I said before, number one, worst movie of all time, Wicker Man. Terrible freaking movie. Come out in 2006. Nicolas Cage. The original one came out in 1973. Now, I haven't seen the original one in 1973, but I'm thinking that it's probably better. It maybe hits weird. There's something about horror films in the 70s. They hit way differently, dude. That's like when all that stuff started, like late 60s, early 70s. That's when it all was like really super creepy horror films, like gory and so I have not watched the new It. I haven't seen any of them. The original was really good. Very creepy. Both parts. But the new one, Actually, no, I take that back. No, I watched the new one. I watched the first part of it. The only thing I remember is where they changed where the boy gets his arm taken off. He's like, bites it off, and I was like, "Whoa, dude!" I think I saw that in theaters. I think, yeah, dude, that was like, but I haven't seen part two. I think there's more. I don't know. I haven't gotten up the courage to do that. Um, yeah. There's some. Oh my god, there are some terrible movies. Let's see here. I can't spell once again. Um, I'm bringing up some that will jar my memory. Oh my god, Jack and Jill, Adam Sandler, terrible. What do y'all think about the new with it's newish, the remake of Vacation? National Lampoon's Vacation. The remake. A lot of people don't like it. I'm kind of on the fence about it. There's some parts in there that are just very hard to watch. Let's see here. And this is like, it could be like older, newer with it. So The Revenant, that was one that I sat through and watched, and I was like, why did I sit through this? And it won like an Academy Award or something. It was like his first time, Leonardo DiCaprio's first time winning a Grammy, whatever. And yeah, it was. Let's see. A lot of people hate the first Batman movie. It came out in 1989, I think that's right. Yeah, a lot of people. You want to come up here? My cat's trying to get to me. Come here, bud. Where you at? Oh, sorry. He was like, "What you doing?" I forgot what I was saying. How about the Doctor Strange movie, the newest one, Multiverse of Madness? That was kind of a letdown. It was like they were trying to push it too hard. Yeah, I guess I'm going with like newer type. Civil War, Captain America: Civil War. That was kind of. Don't get me wrong, I'm a big Avengers fan. Love Marvel, but that one was kind of let down. In fact, I don't even watch like the new ones. It's like, what's the point? Yeah, Iron Man's dead. It all ended with Endgame. That's why they called it Endgame. No more. Although I have seen where I think they're going to bring. Okay, so far, Robert Downey Jr. is supposed to play Doctor Doom. Okay, which is fine, but I heard that they're going to bring back Iron Man from another universe. They're going to open up a portal, bring him through. There's going to be a whole thing there. So I'm kind of like, I don't know what to think about that. Anyway, Transcendence with Johnny Depp. It started off decent. They could have done way better. It's like one of those movies. They make a lot of those where they start off with a bang and then they just kind of, and it is, they're crap. You know, I don't know what's up with that, man. There's an algorithm there. Yeah. How about okay? So the first Wonder Woman movie with Gal Gadot, great movie. The second one, 1984, man, that was just terrible. The only thing good about the movie was her. She had it going on. Well, yeah, 1984. Boo. Boo. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, I'll tell you a movie that was supposed to be like, there was a big hype about it and everything, and man, it was just like Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man. What a godforsaken, terrible movie. It was like watching a giant commercial. That's all it was. How many Harley Davidsons and Marlboros cigarettes you think they sold after that? 1 billion. Guarantee it. Of course, everybody talks about the movie, the Snow White movie. I ain't seen it, and I probably will never see it. But it was they